Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WoT Fantasy League, where we are watching the TV show and we're arguing about who did what to who for how many cookies and how many points the commissioners want to award for that and what kind of cookies they were and how chewy and moist the cookies were.
Moist.
You said moist.
Yes, thank you, everybody. It's the Black Tower Podcast. You know me. My name is Josh. I'm the Soroban Mahale. And with me is my good friend and co-host.
I'm Reese, your Aethon Mahale.
That's right. And I've also been invaded in the studio by the taint itself. The taint is here. I'm warning you now, it ain't pretty. We're doing lots of fun stuff today. Episode 4. Like, what a banger. What a freaking awesome episode. Like, can I get some love?
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Ramen rattle.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Just stealing that applause.
Let's go around the room. Let's do some intros real quick. Also for friendly faces whom you already know and love. But we'll give them a chance to intro themselves, intro their team, and intro their channel. So let's start with the top row, and also probably one of the most attractive participants in this, Roof Mistress Leigh-a. No, Tavern, you are the most attractive. I said one of the most attractive. We'll get to you.
That is known.
Yes, I will concede the most attractive to absolutely.
You're so full of it. Yeah. Silvertooth
right.
is sitting right there. Come on.
Very close second. Very,
All
very
right, Roof
close.
Mistress.
He doesn't have the upper lip hair. So that's
I'm gonna laugh.
what's missing. Otherwise, he would totally win. But sorry. I already got distracted on shiny objects. I guess. I'm
All it took was
Mistress
moist.
Leigh-a from Threefold Talk. We're an NIL talk show that is on the Malkier Talks channel at Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we talk about news that's going on, so not just show stuff, but also a lot of community stuff. And then we just kind of bullshit for the rest of the show. We play games. Sometimes we get serious about things, but yeah. So come join us for all the stabby stab love.
Woo-hoo! Thank you, Roof Mistress Leigh-a.
Also, I'd like to point out this is the IEL episode.
That's right. This is all IEL.
Yeah, the Oathbreakers.
And your beautiful Ileana
Hot.
look you've got going on right there. What's up, man?
Sexy.
Nothing, man. Things are good. This was an amazing episode. There could have been more Perrin in it, but other than
Perrin looked badass, like for the half a second he was in it, though.
No, it was amazing. I mean, by far the most closest to the books thing we've gotten. Like, it's not even close. It was awesome to see as a book fan. Very excited. But as far as my team goes, Maury's Darkhounds.
You guys are
it's me here today. Normally, WolfBrother and Maury are also part of my team. We are the defending champions.
Oh,
I don't, unfortunately.
Way to brag.
Right now, but
I can claim you guys on my taxes this year. Because that was a donation I did last year. So
if that's what you got to say to get through the
I can
through it, that's fine. Yeah.
that was like 2 years ago. I think we're good. I think we're ready for the next.
Who is currently in possession of the belt, Silvertooth?
It's in my closet. I can go get it.
I'm surprised you're not flexing with it right now.
Belt in a closet?
I did it the first time, and I figured, I'll give you guys a break.
Wow, that's where you put the kids that misbehave. What the hell?
Looks like someone's going to have to unseat Maury's Darkhounds. just because they clearly aren't showing that belt enough respect.
Smack, just so you
Yeah,
know.
man. I mean, if you're not using that
I
belt,
mean-
so
Yeah, at Igloo and
Let
Chill,
someone else go, and I'll go get it.
at Igloo and Chill, nobody puts belt in the closet. That's all I'm saying.
Tavern from Igloo and Chill. What's
Hey,
up,
what's
man?
Nothing. Just here. Episode 4 was outstanding. We have 0 points this week. I'm gonna make Smack's job easier. We have 0 points unless you count the Shadow of a Taint. I think we had Shadow of a Taint on our roster. I don't know. But Perrin was looking fierce in his 2 seconds. We're talking capital P Latino R. Perrin was looking amazing. That's his alter ego, Perrin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
Perrin, get some birria tacos. Love it.
Wow, that was racist. No, I'm just kidding.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, I have been accused
Where
of
did
doing
that come from?
insensitive accents my entire
that
life.
accent was all you got the
sorry.
emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's not going to change anytime soon. So you can cancel me now if you want to.
Oh, we love you. Why would we cancel you? We're good.
Aw. Okay. He who comes with the wine. Dude, I want
Yeah,
some.
so he who comes with the wine, Team Flame and Fang, the future champions. And what? Yeah, I said it. We're coming. Episode
Whoa.
4 was the best. It was amazing. Now she's hungry. Watching the Choden Cow scene happen was everything. That's one of my favorite things that happens in that entire sequence is the Choden Cow and the boring. So I'm here for it, man. That was great. I have questions. I'd like to see where the series goes from there. But I'm loving it.
Perfect.
I like that it's keeping us guessing again.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's like, oh, they didn't do this, but then in some ways, it's like, now I'm thinking about it again. I'm wondering, and now I feel like I'm 12 again.
Like I'm 12 and I'm waiting 4 years for Winter's Heart to come out.
Right? 'Cause we're gonna wait 2 years for a season. So,
Oh my god, I remember that. God damn it.
right?
God damn, don't bring back the memories. Bring it back. Don't.
Well, we're there.
No.
Joe
No.
from
Hello.
OG
That would be
Joe.
the worst 4 years until the
Hello.
last
Hello.
season. Oh my god. It's like surprise.
Okay,
Hey,
we're
so-
not manifesting this. We're not manifesting this.
Oh, look who's sucking up now. Go ahead.
Hey,
Sorry, Joe.
That's what
look at
happens. Sorry. guys.
Rebecca,
no,
you all right
my
over there?
foot caught my cord.
I can't tonight. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I
Start going.
can't. I cannot
I
do
haven't
it.
Fang made
Not
the
yet, Pevara. Not yet, Pevara. We'll get there. Joe,
No, we're good.
Joe,
guys.
give us an intro.
Yep. I'm Joe
Okay,
from
sorry.
tWoTcast. We're Team TWOT. It's really just gonna be me. I think Jono might show up sometimes, but we've been doing a podcast for a very long time. We're old people.
That's right.
Come watch out and come hang out with senior citizens podcast.
I can see the salt and pepper in your goatee there. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's there.
It's
We
there.
got some-
You got a ways to
And
go,
then
but yeah, you're
over-
getting there. You're getting there.
Oh no! If mine's long, it looks like yours, Tavern.
Nice.
And then, of course, last but certainly not least, our illustrious commissioners. In the center square, we have Commissioner Smack, and in the bottoms to the, what is it? My right, is it your left? I don't know. Under Tavern, we have our lovely co-commissioner Rebecca Sedai from the North Harbor Podcast. Rebecca, go ahead and give us an intro.
Hi, everybody. Hi. North Harbor Podcast.
Marvelously
I feel like
done.
the
Excellent.
podcast is the new music video.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm done.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What?
Love it.
Is that
And
like Orange is the New
Commissioner
Black?
Smack. Tell everybody who you are and why you were so affected with the taint that you came up with this mad idea.
No, I'm the commissioner of this league by default.
Can you hear me now?
I came up with this idea and I said, hey, you guys want to do it? And eventually they said yes. And they said, but you're going to commission it. And I said, okay. And so here I am watching every episode at least 3 times. Put them all down.
Is that different than normal?
I was gonna say I do that.
It is a little different because now I
He's
have.
pressing pause every 3 seconds to jot down points, though.
Well, this
It's not
time
an
you didn't have to do
enjoyable
much
watch.
pausing.
And then I still end up getting five messages saying, "Hey, you missed this one. You missed that one."
No, I don't believe you.
But yeah, no, just a guy that had a crazy idea and thankfully found some people that were, said, "Hey, this isn't the worst idea I've ever heard." So,
well, awesome. Once again, thank you for doing this for us. Thank you guys all for your participation in this. The WoT Fantasy League wouldn't be as nearly as exciting without you guys. And we know this because for the first season of the WoT Fantasy League, BTP just did it ourselves. And it took everybody else going, okay, this looks like fun. So thanks again for being here. Thanks, everybody. And without any further ado, Commissioner Smack, this is your baby. Let's go. Take it from here. Let's do this.
I mean, did everybody already say, their thoughts on the episode? Because I know some people did. Like wine.
Well, we kind of gave a scratch. Do you want to go around again and say what we liked or didn't like?
I mean, we can, because unfortunately, there's not a lot of points to give out. Nobody really gets it.
What, you mean nobody put Lewin on their team or John Dwayne? Easy points right there.
Yep. Would have been. John Dewey had the second most points all episode. So.
Wow.
Let's go reverse order then. Let's start with Rebecca. Rebecca, what was something you really, really loved or really, really wasn't so crazy about with episode 4? You there?
I think we.
Uh-oh.
Rebecca?
She's in the middle of a snowstorm right now.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Hey,
Smile and
thanks
nod.
for your thoughts there,
Smile and nod,
Rebecca.
guys.
Yeah.
That's my new no.
So it's so great. Joe,
The
how about you,
snowstorm.
man? Joe, I know
Yeah,
that
man.
you and I have had some
Didn't
conversations.
everybody?
About, you and I have had some conversations about the show, and where we weren't like crazy about it, but
This season's been way better by far overall than the other two combined, I think. But that being said, this episode was spectacular, I thought. Visually, I also really liked how different, like Rand and Moraine were basically going through a similar thing this episode, but they showed it in very different ways, and I thought that was really cool. Yeah. I mean, it's true to the book, but still. The flipping camera was amazing. Seeing that, I mean, we saw hints of that in the trailer and stuff, but like that was amazing seeing that go through. And then Rand truly like being pulled backwards and struggling to move his foot forward was crazy awesome. And I guess I wasn't expecting that. So really cool.
Excellent.
Loved it.
Yeah, the behind the scenes on that was they had a
they're like pulling him right backwards.
Pulleys, yeah, one of those pulley things attached to him. That was amazing.
Really yeah, it looked awesome, and it made it look so much better. I mean, just like the actual scrabbling forward and struggling to move.
Yeah,
forward
it was
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
One of the things I've always said about Rand going through the columns is that he has an unfair advantage, right? He doesn't understand the devotion of the Aiel people and culture. So to find out that they follow the way of the leaf was no big deal to him.
First 2 steps were harder for him than everything else.
But yeah,
well,
mom and dad.
I think he's not just seeing what happened. He's
feeling it though. Yeah,
that's what made it.
So it gets harder as it goes. I thought.
Yeah.
Are you making an argument that Rand should get all those points then?
I mean, if Rand gets all those points, then Rand loses all those points for all the times he got killed in Moraine's vision.
I have an extensive list if we want to go through it all.
I would argue those are 2 very separate things.
No,
but I also agree that Rand is like having as the team that has Rand. I agree, Rand does not get any of those points for any of those murders. That is not Rand. It'd be like saying Tam or Natty or Margase get the points for Rand and Matt and Elaine. So like the parents and the grandparents don't get the points for their kids.
You got to argue for him at least.
Just because it's the same actor doesn't mean it's the same person.
Yeah, Rand wasn't personifying Rand. He was other people. Whereas
Yosha was not the person we drafted. Rand was the person we drafted.
Who's got Leandrin? I forget.
Okay.
I am curious how this gets scored.
Yeah.
I have my attorney upstairs.
Yeah. Well, Wine. Before you go consult with your attorney, tell us what was a particular moment in the show, this episode, that stood out.
Well, I mean, you know me. I like everything Age of Legends. To me, the current story is fantasy fiction, but the origin story is science fiction. And the colon dam breaking, the seeing Mirren in the university, and I love the way she interacted with with what's his name, Charn.
Charn.
Like she spoke to him like an equal, which I found really interesting considering how differently ranked they are, and it tells you something still today about Lanfear and how she interacts with people. I like the subsequent Age of Legends sequences with La Trepose and the wagons and the aesthetic. That everything that was there is so clean, pristine. It was great, even with the world falling apart around them. Paradisen, the last hold, was still intact, which is exactly what I remember from the Strike at Shio Go and everything else that covers the Age of Legends. So those were the best parts for me.
So good.
Yeah, great.
So good. Love it. Absolutely perfect. Tavern.
Howdy. There's a lot of great stuff in this whole thing. I mean, Lan is my favorite character. So the fight scene between him and Avienda was
so good.
What scene?
The fight scene. the one that was a draw. Flat out
we'll
draw.
keep it at fight scene.
Yeah, we'll just say it was a flat out draw.
I mean, Bear ended the fight.
She did, but they each disarmed the other once. So pretty fair fight. Although Lan was about to whoop her ass. Just putting that out there. So that was awesome. But I want to say that I think the one thing that made me the happiest was the song.
Yeah.
So the song was incredible, and I have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure when Rand was going through the columns, and was it Jonai when he was the older guy, Jonai with the little grandson, who later became the grandfather in the other scene? Yeah. If you listen as that scene is closing, I believe, and I have to go back and check, but I believe you hear the song in the background behind everything else. So we actually hear the song before we hear the song. I have to check though. It's pretty cool.
That sounds like something that they would do.
Yeah, it was so freaking amazing. And the whole I mean, it was as much a story of Rand's ancestors as it was of the Korra tree.
Yeah.
And its travels.
So good.
It was so freaking amazing.
So who thinks we have heard the song?
I've always thought that.
I think we heard the song.
I've always
in the show? Yeah. That was the song.
They call it the Harvest Song, and there they are singing it at the harvest. So
when she asked, "Do you remember?" No, that was a different part.
When she leaves Jonai, she says,
she says, "Do you remember the song?" And he goes, "Yes, I remember the song." And I want to say you hear it in the background. And
well, he says we will remember the song.
Pevara's on it right now.
Yeah.
Good job, Pevara.
Of course, Flaming Fang's going to come up with the answer for you guys. Don't worry about it.
Warshadi just lost his fact checker title for the day.
Because I know Pevara's been looking into every syllable of Old Tongue that
listen, as soon as I saw it, I messaged her on Discord. I said, "Tell me you know the song now. I want the song. I want the goddamn song." And she's like, "I haven't watched yet."
I gotta think that Pevara especially was excited about this episode because of the extremely large sampling of the old tongue.
Yeah, it was
incredible. Entire conversation
unknown. Love it.
I was excited about sampling the old tongue too, but that was my prison days. So I'm not going to get into that.
We don't hear
i.e. the Marine Corps.
Hey. Never leave your buddies behind.
What was a significant part of the episode for you?
I'm just gonna say one word. It's a name, and it's Savannah.
Oh,
ripping.
I was amazed it wasn't her hair, but it still looked incredible. No, because I believe in the books it's her hair. It's her actual hair that's pleated and weaved and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
She's always wearing like an absurd amount of like jewelry or whatever. So
that's later on, right?
Let's make her gaudy as fuck.
She's wearing jewelry from the start. She is over the top, and then she gets worse, and she starts wearing more. Well, but she starts wearing more Wetlander stuff, so silks that are difficult to clean.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And not just stuff that was traded, things that like she always wore rings, which were not traditional for Aiel because degloving is a thing if you wear rings and you're fighting a lot. So sorry, that might be TMI for people, but yeah, so that's why Aiel don't wear rings because it's impractical. Like your skin might come off. But
can they not do maiden's hand talk with rings on?
Always wearing lots of. Oh, you can do maiden's hand talk. She's not a maiden, so
I know she's not
as quiet.
It doesn't matter.
It is not as quiet. Yeah.
You put on rings and it's like clickety clickety click.
Yeah.
It's like tactile keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Everyone can hear you typing.
Oh, Pevara has confirmed. Tavern is correct.
Woo! Wow. I get points for that.
Nice ear, sir. Nice ear, sir.
At least half a fucking point. I don't want to leave this week with a goose egg. Is all I'm saying.
How about props? We'll give you props.
There it is. Okay, Silvertooth.
So like I said, I think this is the most Wheel of Time episode that we've gotten. Everything about it felt like the Wheel of Time. Obviously, so much of it was like direct from the books. I think there was also, as kind of people have already just alluded to, there was so much fan service that the non-book reader isn't going to understand the song nearly as well as obviously we are. But they put those little details in, which was incredible. And then I just think it was beautifully shot. Like it was by far the most cinematic episode, and I think that's saying a lot because this season has been incredible.
Yeah.
Comes to that, and this just blew even what we've already seen from this season out of the water. So,
agreed.
Real quick, did you guys catch Kevin's post or knows Kevin? Everybody knows Kevin. Anyways,
everybody knows
Kangas. Yeah, he posted. I want to say yesterday that the opening segment of the Wheel of Time song in this season is actually backwards. Or not if it was this episode or this season, but it was like in between the cold open and the other thing, it was backwards.
Yeah, I did see that. I don't remember if it was the whole season or just this episode.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a faster.
Well, they've done different lengths of the song. Like, what was it, episode 2 that we got the full intro, but then the first one we only got like the little.
Yeah, they've been doing different things.
Yeah,
they've been doing slightly different.
His theory was that we have to go back to go forward, and that's why they did it backwards, which I thought was kind of cool. So, anyways, props to Kevin.
It's pretty cool too that we're getting like hour and 15-minute long episodes.
Yeah,
hour and 8 minutes. Like we're getting the time each episode. If you're only going to give us 8 episodes and you're not working
don't cut it short.
Programming,
right?
Give us the time.
I feel like this episode went by so fast, so I know it was one of the longer ones that they've done, but it just flew by and it ended, and I was like, no, come back.
Ultimately, even though a lot happened, also nothing really happened too at the same time. So you're just like, no, I need more.
Yeah, they stuck. They stuck to 2 storylines pretty much.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Rand and Moiraine's. And it made everything go so much faster. We got a ton of information. Like we got a ton of stuff. It just went by quickly because
it was
you
done
were only
flawlessly.
tracking 2
it was
things.
it just left me wanting more than a normal episode would have done. You know?
Yeah.
Bubbles Sedai and I watched it together, and she was like, "How is so much happening and nothing happening at the same time. Because that's what it very much felt like, right? There was a lot of foundation laying, and they
Rand
were
walked
doing
50.
a lot of work.
That was the episode.
Yeah. Roof Mistress, what was a piece of season or episode 4 that was significant to you?
Everybody's brought up so many of some of my favorite moments. Because, I mean, honestly, like, let's just face it, the entire episode was so good. What I will say that I appreciated the most was, that they did the columns and that they did the rings. And also, I feel like the bar for failure was very high because this is such an iconic scene from the books, like and all of the like, so all of Moiraine's conversations afterwards. So Ruidian in and of itself is Jordan even said, like, it's one of the, like, some of my best writing I've ever done. And so the bar for these scenes to not go very well was super high, and they not only met expectations, they exceeded it. And I have not heard all of the quote unquote negative things that I've heard about it are so pedantic and just like, yeah, if this is the shit we're complaining about, it was good.
Right.
Yeah, like they could not Horn of Valor this episode. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, so
had to
it
get
was
right.
exactly. So yeah, and I second everything that everybody else has already said. I have some, on Threefold Talk, we were trying to pick our favorite moments, and I also had a hard time being like, what was my one favorite moment? What I ended up saying on Threefold Talk, and I'll reiterate it here, was the line of spears that when Rand and Moiraine had to walk through. So the people who didn't, specifically the men who didn't.
The amount of people that haven't returned,
yeah, and how difficult this task.
Not necessarily men. It could be a spear sister.
Well, it's the clan chiefs who go through, and then
but also the maidens have to leave their spears.
But they break them though.
Before
that's right.
Going into the ring. So those are the clan chiefs. So it's about 2/3 of the clan chiefs prospective clan chiefs, if you will, don't return.
Leigh-a, did you think that this episode, for somebody that hasn't read the books, like, kind of finally explained kind of who the Aiel are in a very detailed way? Whereas, like, before, I mean, we've gotten little tidbits, but, like, do you think it was, like, satisfactory in terms of, someone not having read it?
Yeah, I think it explains a lot of the history. There were some things that were omitted. So, like, the creation of the maidens was one of the visions that got omitted. Moiraine talks about why Kyrian got a Chora tree sapling, but she didn't know why, and that vision was omitted. And I do understand that, like, there was only so much time and so much that you can do. So, like, some of the key things were omitted. Another vision that was omitted was so it was between. It would have been right after Mirren crashed.
Right.
Mirren created the boar. One of the person who was her servant ended up getting hung by a crowd. So it's
I forgot about that.
So it was the day that Lews Theron and his 100 companions sealed the boar, and everybody was celebrating. And Charn's grandson's running back and is really excited, and they're singing, and Shemesta's there, and so he's going to find his grandfather, and his grandfather is hung by people because he had been a servant of Lanfear, and that. So, like, that I can understand why that got omitted, because that's just.
We may still get some of that because we got none of Avienda's ring journey. And
but hers would all be her alternative realities.
Well, true, but I'm just saying I still think there's chances to get some of this stuff.
Yeah, I agree. We might see it.
There might still be chances.
It's your ancestor, so she would have different ancestors.
I know for hers would be. Yeah, it's just weird though, because I mean,
And we don't
looking
even
back,
see her flashbacks. We see how spoilery are we here?
BTP is always a full spoiler podcast.
Okay,
but
so
Okay.
we
need to be
only
careful of
see her future when she goes back through the columns the second time, which is verboten. We only see her flash forwards. Again, in the reverse order. So
Yeah, but
going from the furthest away from where the Aiel have completely just degenerated and like are scavengers and like it seems like a scene out of Mad Max, like the people who are just like wandering around the desert begging for things, getting shot up by people, working all the way back to her children.
Yeah, like I said, I think we still have a chance because we still have Landfear who could remember after the fall and the bore opening and all that stuff. We have other Aiel that could possibly provide stuff, history. I mean, we got Shail and Rand's dad.
Yeah.
In the same place. So we got the first bit in season 1, and now we got the second bit. So there's plenty of room for all of that. And
yeah, fair.
Yeah, and we have, because I don't know, show only people might have a bit of an issue with this, and by issue I mean understanding it. The fact that Rand is the Dragon Reborn, but in none of his past lives was he the dragon, right? So
Right.
it's a totally different soul within a DNA strand, kind of. It just bounces from strand to strand. So that was kind of cool.
My wife's not a book reader, and that came up as well.
Yeah, it's two
he
different
wasn't the
things.
dragon in the past. Yes.
Yeah.
It's two different
the dragon
things.
is not attached to the soul. The dragon is like it's completely.
The vast majority of the audience out there.
It's a power.
Not book reader.
It's not even the power because there haven't.
There's no explanation.
Sorry, go ahead.
Right.
What I'm saying,
you're right. You're right.
There's no explanation about it, and for us, there's explanations because we've been in forums, but for them,
You should. You know what you should tell them? Raffo.
Or give them Maria's email address and Maffo.
There you go.
Do not do that.
I'm just kidding. Do not. Maria, I love you. I'm so sorry. That came out of my mouth.
Maria's like she's her
Tavern's in timeout.
Right now.
Tavern, I'm texting her right now. What you said?
She loves me. I don't care. She loves me.
Totally.
So
go to one of the cons
Reese.
and ask her.
Right.
That's true.
Reese, what is a significant moment in episode 4 for you?
I don't know if there was necessarily like a moment. I really am continuously blown away by the costuming. I just loved how they were able to take us through time just with costumes alone. Like I thought it was so cool going from present day to like back in time a bit to forward in time a bit, just through costumes alone. It was just everything I hoped for. As far as what it would look like visually, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, okay. Can I buy that and buy that? And you know what? I'm not going to cosplay anymore. You guys got it. Like,
you have made it financially impossible to cosplay this show now.
I don't have the skills or the time. Have at it.
This show is a cosplayer's wet dream and nightmare all at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can
that thing that Morguys wears? Holy shit!
Right?
Like, can you imagine making something like that?
Well, the dark timeline. The costuming then in that.
Yes.
Detail.
I want to be emo goth
I
parent.
get
I'm just
tired
gonna
looking
say
at the
that
pictures.
Matt got the short end of the stick on the dark emo
Mommy
timeline. He kind of reminded me of the Ace Frehley of Kiss. It was kind of weird.
So someone said that they think that in that darkest timeline, they're all the new Forsaken because
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. That's accurate. I'm gonna ask you a question.
I like that too. That was good.
Because I can't put it past the show to do this to us. All right. Did anyone think what was the Taradad chieftain, his ancestor that went into Moridin? What was his name? I can't remember.
I forget. I should know this.
It was the vision right after John
I
Doe.
got it. Hold on. I
Moridin?
actually have this.
Or Moridin?
No, Muradin's the.
Muridin's
okay, my bad.
Anyways, when he's talking to his roof mistress there,
Wise one,
and
something like that,
and he's standing there right before he goes to Meridian.
Mandian.
That's it. Yeah,
and he's standing there with the spear in his hand. It's got all the writing and stuff on it.
What?
Did it cross anybody's mind that they're going to use that spear for Rand's scepter?
I want to know what it says.
Somehow,
It had
some
writing
way.
on it.
Yeah, it had writing on it, and it had tassels and shit. And I was like, they weren't green and white.
I think if anything, that he'll get it the same way, probably. But then maybe an Aiel or like Aviendo or somebody is like, "Oh, we used to do this a long time," or maybe he'll remember that, and that's what it's because he's not the one who does the carving, does he?
No. But what I'm saying the actual spear because it.
No, yeah, I know. I'm talking about
so Ruark is wearing the same necklace that Mandian was wearing because it's the Taradad chieftain necklace.
Right.
Now he didn't have that fancy ass spear, so I don't know if it's going to be similar to that, if they're going to pull that back out and say, "Oh, by the way, we have this spear for the chief of chiefs," or something ridiculous like that.
No, it could be.
I wondered if this would end up being a second Ashendari for Matt with the writing on it and the black shaft. Like I was like, are they going to have somebody like
if he was anywhere near Ruidian,
Matt?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if he was anywhere near Ruidian, I think right now he's trapped under a building.
Oh, I don't mean that Matt will take it. I just mean it will find its way to Matt. I just wonder if that. Did anybody get to see what that writing was? I didn't see what it was.
Pevara.
I will say this.
It probably says pointy end forward. Is what it says in the old tongue.
Sticking with the pointy end.
Yeah.
I will say this as far as like the significant moment for me. Like first and foremost, this is the best episode of the series for me. I loved it. There were still things that I was like, but at least in this episode, in those moments, I saw it. There was a connection. There was an understanding as to why they made the decisions they made.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to significance in a scene, though, I'm a big crybaby. If you can make me cry, I will immediately fall in love with whatever's happening. And when Rand is going through the columns and he starts his vision as Jonduin, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be heartbreaking. They're about to tell Jonduin that his wife is dead. No. They didn't tell him. They showed him.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we can't find your...
And then to rub salt in the wound, Rand comes out of that vision with his mother's blood on his hand.
Yes.
That's not traumatizing at all.
Well, if you remember, he told Lamb the story about when a lamb's mother dies, they cut the new mother and put blood on the baby lamb so that they accept it. Well, guess what? Here's Rand with mother's blood on his hands, hoping to be accepted by the Aiel. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It was just heartbreak on top of heartbreak on top of heartbreak. Jonduin finds out that his beloved is dead. Then he finds out the child is gone. Then you come back and Rand has his mother's blood on his hands, and it's just that was so well done. That sequence was so, and then to kick it off, like to go through those columns, they showed in just a few minutes, they showed beautifully how tragic a story the Aiel people really are.
Well, and then they stepped it up, because if I ever hear anybody tell me these words, I know I'm dead. Hide your face, stranger. Or stranger, hide your face.
That was tough.
Yeah. Speaking of, does it annoy the shit out of anybody else every time an Aiel kills somebody and they're not veiled?
Yeah, that happened entirely too many times.
I was just like, what the fuck's happening? Anyway, they do it a lot. It's infuriating.
They do, yeah. They're not great about immediately
So-
bailing. So.
I mean,
Which
like I
also to me seemed impractical in the books. Like if you're going to go into fight and you take like that half a second, like regardless of what it is, like
It's
that
just a
that is
mechanism at that point.
yeah, but also it's completely impractical. If somebody gives you a
It's
surprise
impractical
attack,
to
you're-
cover up Yosha's face when he's not actually being Rand and he's being somebody else, and they're like, "We can't cover his face up, guys."
We worked too hard on
why
that
they did it,
makeup.
but I'm just like, what the
he's
fuck?
too pretty. He's just too pretty.
That and I love the fact that they skipped that detail about the raising of the veil, but they did leave in the detail of them changing their cotton soar colors to blend with their environment.
Mhm.
Because in the snow it was white, and in the desert it's brown, and it's freaking glorious.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff.
which
Except
is accurate. It's accurate to the books. So
that is
when they
but-
come over the spine,
Points, I think, right?
they start putting more green in.
Yep.
We need to have a costume portion next time. Like,
Oh, there you go.
I don't know
because
how that would look.
the Shido are wearing straight black, aren't they?
Almost all of them, yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
getting
go.
points.
All
I
right,
don't even want to
it's
look at this
time. It's
Okay,
time.
sorry.
Scott, give us all those points.
Ooh, I need more wine for this. I need more wine because we go do so good.
Oh,
We need to make some team changes.
Igloo and Chill, this might actually bring a smile to your face. BTP
me?
is the only team that didn't move today.
Shit.
I didn't wait. No, we didn't move either. Well, is that what you mean that I'm happy about that? I
Right.
kind of figured that one already.
That
No,
means we
no.
didn't go backwards either.
Actually, you did go up 4 points from the flirt points that I didn't give you from the episode 3.
Oh no!
So I gave you
Ooh.
5 flirt points from episode
So we are at 4 points.
3. You are up
So let-
4 points.
So
Oh, wait.
BTP got freaking goose eggs. Got it.
Yeah,
Nobody-
I looked at the
Who
roster.
else
Who
and
else is team on there? You can stop with the insult. Okay, come on.
There's literally one.
I
I think
believe
one character per
Lanfear?
team.
I think Lanfear misuses magic with negative outcome when she drills the boar.
We didn't see it on
That is
screen
the
though.
biggest negative
He was
outcome.
going
Did Black
power.
Tower
She
have
got-
land fear?
I'm gonna do this thing,
No, it
and
didn't.
then
That's
all hell
exactly what
breaks
he
loose.
wanted to
Wait,
do.
does Black Tower have land
wanted.
fear? Like, why are you bitching about land fear already? Like,
Because to be honest, I thought she was gonna get actually 10 points for
Just
it. I was like,
hold-
oh, she discovered new
hold on
magic.
until we get
Cool.
to the point where we talk about land fear.
Oh wait, isn't that Lanfear up there?
No,
No.
No,
that's
it's
the
Leander.
Oh my bad. Oops.
Oh, that's Gene Cade or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
green Black Aja person who likes to
Why
torture.
is just so
But we
ready
like
to
this
yell at-
negative point energy for
No,
someone
Why
not
just
on our
want to
team.
yell
She
at
looked like
people
Lanfear to
so
me.
badly?
So,
I need a
Okay,
bigger
so-
mug.
Okay, question. If you are in the ways, does that count as using a magical item?
Ooh,
I did not count using the ways as a magical item. I did count if you were to activate the ways.
Okay, gotcha. I was just
so you're
curious.
open, right?
right,
Uh,
right.
Will got points for activating the ways. Moraine got points for activating the ways.
Yeah,
That's how very Ogirist of you.
So, yeah, I just went through Igloo and Chill's. I did give them 4 points because I missed it on the last one. Rebecca went through and looked at it. So that means that Igloo and Chill got 4 more points last week, and that also means Flame and Fang got 4 more points last week. So, okay. And then with Team tWoTcast, Moraine got 4 points. Moraine took out the Sangreal and used the rings.
the ring.
The
Yeah.
magical item. So
What about discovering the lost magical item that was in the tree?
He called that. That was Karnan.
I said
she,
you.
Right.
Yeah, she pulled up the Karnan. That's
He's
what he
saying
said.
it's
Yeah, that's what
discovered,
he said.
which is
I'm saying it's a discovery.
that's an
discovery.
argument to be made. That's an
Yeah.
argument to be made.
Listen, if that's the case, then we have to remove points from Moraine for using shoddy ass freaking channeling because
She
we
didn't
saw
know
what
it was
Latra
there.
did. We saw what Latra did, and that was precision channeling
Okay,
compared to.
that's actually one thing I love.
Moraine,
about
there's
this
weird
episode.
rumbling going on. She looks down at the ground. All that stuff's
Like,
happening. The tree's
It's
there.
like
she
Vader's
channels to open the tree.
lightsaber versus Kylo Ren's
Commissioner, just-
lightsaber.
I've got
She
it up.
did
It
channel those from the
says,
tree.
discovers new
Ow,
slash
shit,
lost
that hurt.
magic. So I don't know if that says magic. It doesn't indicate items.
That's
so
true,
that
but
would,
we've been using magic and magic item
it would be
interchangeably
up
this
to
whole
your.
time.
It would be up to commissioner's discretion.
Except
What-
for when an Ogier opens a way gate. That's not using a magical item.
That's
He's just using a key. That's like a key
Well,
in a hotel.
so
it's not
the-
magic.
Actually,
I would.
so
Josh, I'm on your point. I think
the
that
first-
would be
the
the
first-
right.
the first one, the +2 is for character uses magic and or magical items. So it is previously, like in the rules, it is specifically annotated items at one point, and then like I'll leave it up to the commissioners as to whether they want to mitigate that.
Yeah, that's a valid argument.
It's
something that I'll go back and look at and think about.
I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here, that we're glossing over the fact that Moraine yoinked a magical item that was in the Aiel's care.
Yeah.
And just pocketed that shit.
It was just in Ruidian. They haven't even been in there in a long time, right?
I love
They don't look around. They don't look around.
They go all the time.
No, they don't go in all the time.
There
It's rare.
There were
It's
two
not like
people
it's not like a
actively
summer
in there,
vacation
and
spot for them.
they're ready to go.
I will say
Why
that
isn't it a summer vacation spot? Wouldn't they just wouldn't that fog be cold? Wouldn't you just
That's
hang
what
out
I'm
on
thinking too, but
wouldn't you just kind of hang out there a little bit?
that
British Museum.
was funny as shit. British Museum damage.
4 points.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, you got points and you're bitching.
Wait, what did we end at? So
You ended with 4. So
I mean,
lot
so
of
I'm in
points
total
this
to that,
week,
right?
guys.
4 and
Lot
then
of
45
points
total.
this week.
Can I ask a question? And this is a serious points question.
Wait,
and I
wait,
know-
we didn't explain mine.
Well, you're about to get mad at me, so
Because Rand got disarmed.
No, Rand got killed over and over. So did Moraine, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, I'm prepared to argue about that. Tavern.
They got killed
I've got every single
dozens of
instance
times.
written down.
Well, yeah, well,
mean,
that is also
not this
something I'd be
time.
willing to discuss. But
I mean, it's visions, but
But
it is
I-
Moraine.
Okay.
And it is Rand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't give anything in the rings because it is a possibility of a potential future. The columns was a
thought it was the
historical
future.
recreation.
Okay.
The rings are possibilities of a future that did not happen.
so why does Rand have negative? Because he's using a magical item that's +2.
And because he gets worked by Avienda in the beginning of the episode.
He does. He gets his ass kicked by Avienda.
That's true.
What about when Land kicks his ass in the beginning of the
Your team cannibalized itself this
And I got okay, so we got points for Avienda kicking his ass, and
Does Land kicking his butt at the beginning of the episode?
okay, I would also like to potentially throw out that Rand and Avienda are both mutually flirting with each other when she is about to leave, and
I don't think
He's not into
flirting.
him at all.
no,
that's not flirting.
I think they're mutually flirting with each other. I'm proposing it to the commissioners. I don't need the whole chorus from the background.
That's what
The
we're
commissioners
influencing the
can
commissioner.
say yes or no to it. But that is what I would like to propose is that they're like she's sassing at him because he gets this like shit eating grin afterwards.
That's
He's
because
just so
that's
excited.
because
No, Tavern, I don't need your opinion. I only
not-
need the commissioner's opinion.
it's not an opinion, it's a fact. She said something that took him by surprise, and she laughed because she said, "As you wish," which is the first time Avienda has agreed with him about anything. He says, "I'm not leaving her." He goes, "As you wish, Wetlander."
But also,
and he
she
took
likes
that as funny.
She
He was
sasses.
surprised to learn
She
that on that
totally
day,
sasses at
really
him.
meant
Wait a
was.
second.
I
You know
love
what? I'll
He has
leave
not made a
it.
single pass at him once.
As
So,
you
well-
wish.
well,
Is that a Princess Bride Easter?
It is.
It
It
is.
is
a
It's
Princess Bride
100%.
thing.
It's
But it
100%,
wasn't
which
flirting.
Which also
might be flirting.
supports the
No, it's
flirting,
not
the
flirting.
mutual flirting. So, Tavern, your opinion doesn't matter. So we'll leave it
The
up
only
to.
pass Avienda's made at Rand is when she stuck her freaking spear toward him. That's it.
That was not flirting. That was
No,
attempt.
that was catch this, Wetlander.
Anyways, we can move on. I'm leaving it in the commissioner's hands as to whether or not they decide that that's mutual flirting. That is what I will say.
I will say every complaint is at least discussed. I did even discuss last year if a tree counts as a life. So
that was a good one. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
They still have nightmares, you assholes.
Can I ask you a dumb question? Who is the last person on their roster right there?
Tam.
And Tam got 7 points?
No,
Bear
no,
did.
that's underneath. That's the total.
Oh, that's under everything. Sorry, I'm confused. How did? Yeah, but Bear channeled once.
She channeled once and she won that fight. So
yeah, because she ended Couladin.
But that wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight between them. He was going after Rand, and she just kind of stopped him. That wasn't a fight.
She wasn't anymore.
She stopped it before it began.
I mean, had she not stopped it, I feel like it would have been a pretty solid fight.
It would have been, but not between
and then
her.
She stopped / won a fight.
Because but think about it. She's a wise one. Nobody would attack a wise one. He was going after Rand.
She injected herself into the confrontation and won.
But I don't think that's a fight, though. I don't consider it a fight.
Because the fight's not between her and Couladin?
Right.
Ah.
A fight has to be between two people. There has to be a winner and a loser. She stopped.
I feel like he started a fight with Rand, and then she ended a fight.
She literally just she got the surprise round. So D&D rules, she got the surprise round.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I would like to put that up to the commissioner's checking, please.
Okay.
I can look at it. I can go ahead and go for it. And I did give Couladin -5 for that.
Oh, okay.
He did lose a fight.
Yeah, but
that is, I mean, regardless of whether or not who won the fight, I mean, I think we can all agree Couladin definitely lost.
Well, then you got to give her points for stopping the fight between Lan and Avienda.
She just told.
I was going to argue that.
She didn't.
I mean, if you're going to give her the Couladin one, you got to give her that one because she stopped that fight too.
She didn't.
She stopped the fight.
Makes a lot of sense there.
I don't agree with it, but if we're gonna go all the way, right? We're not gonna do anything half-assed. We're going the whole freaking.
Okay, so all right, so Tavern. Here's my.
I don't need your opinion, ma'am. No, I'm just
actually shut the fuck up and let somebody else talk. First of all, without interrupting. So what she did with Couladin was she physically attacked him and she stopped him. So she was actively part of that confrontation. What she did with Lan and Avienda was she just literally stepped in the middle of them and Wisemund and was like, you two need to grow the fuck up and you need to meet your responsibilities. So she doesn't physically attack them. She just steps in the middle, exerts her presence. So she's not engaging. They could have kept going. They could have chosen to keep going and then maybe she would have had to interact at that point, but she is not actively participating in the fight. She is literally stopping the fight. Like we were saying in chat, reffing it.
How do we know that she didn't use the power to project her voice?
She's even enforcing the piece of Ruidian, really.
Yeah.
So
I'm not buying it.
So I guess that would be like, so the clearest way to describe it is Couladin is attempting to engage in violence with Rand.
Yes.
She stops it to enforce the peace of Ruidian and then dismisses
physically with magic. Yes, physically with magic. So, and the rules do say with magic wins a magic fight / duel non-combat.
That wasn't a magic fight.
But it was a non-combat.
It was a fight.
She made it a magic fight. It
was a fight.
I don't think it's a fight.
You're crazy.
Again, your opinion doesn't matter.
Literally one person does not make a
I'm
fight.
just letting him argue the point. But I have
point.
to agree with Tavern.
Let's move on. I'm going to assume the Rebecca rule. Let's move on to the next one.
I think that if somebody being absent would allow a fight to take place, then that person was instrumental in that fight or stopping it.
Stopping a fight does not mean you are partaking in the fight.
I'm going to say this. It was not a fight. There was not two people involved in that fight. It was an attack.
Commissioner, can we move on because it's up to your discretion at this point, and
It was a fight.
and it doesn't really matter.
Smack,
What
I
we
love how
fucking
Smack's
think.
just letting us all spin our wheels while he's like, I already got it.
Yeah, he's like, I've already.
This is
I've already
why
spoken.
Rebecca in chat is trying to get us to move on. So,
There
Well,
we go.
Rebecca's not here. We can't hear her, so she doesn't count right now.
We can read her words.
All right.
Tavern.
Nope, that's
All right,
somebody
let's
else.
do the thing. Let's
Okay.
see.
It's an alt account.
So we're all done, right? Everybody's good. We can just go ahead and wrap it up right now.
Whoa,
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was all
that's the
set
thing
to
with
argue
this group.
every one of Moraine's deaths and or kills.
Yes.
I was ready for everything.
I agree
We
with
can
all
do
of
that.
that.
So I think that every one of Marine's deaths should count.
Yep. And Rand.
I would agree with
Rand's
half
death.
of them.
Wait, so did Lanfear get
I mean,
the -7
Lanfear
for
killed
the
her a
bullet?
lot. So
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
We,
get it.
Lanfear should
I
get
took
points.
receipts. Like I'm aware.
well, how Smack? What's your?
I just wish any
on
one of
that?
these conflicts or arguments involved my characters getting 100 freaking points.
None of
Lanfear
it
is-
involves us.
no,
That's why I'm
listen,
stirring the pot.
Lancer is the only one
Thank
that gets
you,
points
Reese.
in that whole
I
Moraine
appreciate
thing.
that.
I almost had a morbid curiosity. I was going to count them all up, but then I was like, I know that I'm not counting them. So I'm
Joe's
not
got the
gonna do
numbers.
that.
Joe's got the
Oh, I've
numbers.
got
Hit
it.
him.
I've got it all.
Hit him, Joe.
Oh, but Joe's got it all. So let's do it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so it has to. My numbers also track the discovering a lost magical object, though. But before
Okay.
that, all right. So after that, when the visions start, this is just a Moraine bit. I didn't keep track of everybody. Well, it works for Lanfear mostly, but
Yeah, she's the only one that kills Moraine. So yeah.
so Moraine kills Rand. That's one. That's
Right.
10 points for her.
Yeah,
Then
but
she unbonds
many-
land in a scene. She bonds land in another scene. She puts land out of fire in another scene. That's +2, +2, +2.
yeah.
Then she kills Rand again. That's +10 again.
Did you have like a running total as you were doing this?
No, I just added it up at the end. It hilariously canceled out.
I was about to say, I was waiting for the mic to drop.
I love this. I think this is all
Cancels
She
out.
dies but from a knife from Lanfear, -10. She has sex with Rand, +10.
Yes.
I think
Has
I
sex
think
with Lanfear,
Lanfear-
+10.
Consensual sex, yes.
Well,
That
But
was very
in bed
good.
with
They were making
I
out.
don't know.
You don't need to count it as
Hey,
sex.
look,
They were making out.
Lanfear and Moraine getting together, and then Lanfear tries to kill Moraine. Clearly,
They're
that was
still making out, Josh,
situation.
and it's clearly mutual.
it should be
Don't
mutual
go-
because they wash out.
No,
They wash
no,
them
are you
out.
talking about
Then
in
she
this
tries to
one?
strangle
Hold on, I have a
Moraine.
question. I have a
In
question.
that same scene.
No,
Yes.
so are you
Some
talking
light
about
joking.
when she was bonding him, they were making out?
No.
Or are you talking about the sex?
No,
thing?
no, no.
Sex is like definitely.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
sex.
Well,
was
yeah,
the
but I
other
mean, at
That
the very
was-
least, they were making out in the bed. So at any rate.
Oh, there was very aggressive.
Plus
Like,
10
No,
they're
there was-
making out with
there
Rand.
was
Plus
plus
10 they're making out with Lanfear. Mine
they
is
were
just
just guys. They were just
strangled
pillow
by
friends.
Lanfear.
Relax.
I mean, obviously they were just pillow friends because then she got.
I mean,
strangled.
sure. So again, strangled, but she doesn't die on screen because she's just being strangled. We don't see that. We don't see it.
She
Moves
might
on.
have been into strangulation.
Yeah, might have been a
-10 gets stabbed in the hall by Lanfear. -10 dies in the street, cut slit throat, Lanfear.
Yep.
-10 dies in the sand from Lanfear.
Yeah, several times.
-10 dies in the sand from Lanfear again.
Yep.
-10 dies in the sand from Lanfear again. -10 dies in the sand from Lanfear. You guessed it again. -10 dies in the sand from Lanfear. I'll go. This one is a strangulation, and I would argue again, not on screen. She doesn't die. Just being strangled.
Joe, are you salty because you got ripped off last week?
Oh yeah, 100%. And then, so here's the tricky part. She dies 5 more times, but they're repeated scenes from the other scene. So we've seen them already. So by Smack's rules, we can't count them a second time.
Well, they're
Which gives you a grand
variations.
total of +60 for Moraine and then -60 for Moraine, which is hilarious.
Wow.
plus 60 for Lanfear.
Count all of
You
them.
said that correct.
So then the question you have to ask yourself is, was anyone on the show team watching this saying, haha, they're going to have so much fun with this one? Specifically making it how you
You have to wonder, don't you?
Do you think they're playing along on set?
That'd be great.
So what I would say, Smack, in reality, is that she should have a -2 for side effects from a magical object. Negative side effects from a magical object. As should Rand.
Oh,
So if we're not counting any of the kills or deaths, I would say she gets -2. So does Rand.
because Rand
But
did
then
have to
also,
carry her out.
I'm a strong
No,
proponent
Rand,
of he
Rand
discovered the
was
lost
able
magical item.
to, like, yes, he collapsed initially, but he was fine. Like, he had a chit chat with Avienda. I don't think Rand has.
He suffered negative side effects from that.
What
I mean,
is the
he
negative?
got these weird burns on his arms.
That is not. That's actually positive. It brands him. That's positive.
Actually, I do
Well,
have a
sure.
question.
Then
Does that count as,
doesn't either. What do you want me to say?
does that count as points, or does that actually count as part of using the columns? The dragon tattoos.
Oh,
Are they separate or are they part of the columns?
I think that's a part of
I've left
it.
it as
I
part
think
of
they'd be a part.
That's what I thought.
Oh, in Magic, it says character fails to use magic / magical objects or negative side effects from magical objects.
Negative.
He
Yeah.
almost died.
I think okay, so I think Moraine having negative side effects would be accurate because Rand literally has to carry her out, right?
Yeah.
Rand, I don't know that we can make the case that Rand has negative side effects from the columns because he comes out.
He clearly has negative side effects. He takes a little nap under the tree and then he feels better.
He didn't give Moraine any chance.
just
to
a
nap.
tired boy.
He
picked
was
her right up.
he was standing up talking to
Yeah, maybe if
Avienda.
Moraine, he was.
And then he
oh.
laid down. Like
Yeah, and then he laid
Rumpelstiltskin.
down very tired and
He was,
collapsed.
no, he was just waiting. He's like,
slept for 20
I'm
years.
waiting for my girl. He gets loyal.
I'm gonna
to me.
snuggle against this
Rand-
tree. Maybe you
Rand
could have given
gets
Moraine a second to
loyalty
snuggle against the
points.
tree. She would have gotten.
That's
Rand-
called a trunk friend when you're hooking up with the Chora tree.
Wait, maybe he gets points for using the Chora tree because he like laid down under the Chora tree to feel the peace.
Ooh, that's a
recover
magical
He
object.
felt the
From the
peace.
column.
with
Poetry is
Chora
a
tree, all
magical
right.
object, and he used it. Yes,
Chora tree is not a magical object. It's a
No, it's
tree.
not.
Wait, if trees aren't
A nice
alive,
tree.
trees also are not magical objects?
They're not magical because they're not
It's just
alive.
tree.
It is because it invigorates you. It
And
gives
anybody
you.
who's played D&D knows what happens when you try to fornicate with a
That
tree.
hates us so much right now.
Not fun.
Smack. What about Lanfear drilling the boar, man? -7. -7.
It was already brought up, and it's the same as like you can't prove who actually did it. She was part of the team. You don't see it happening on
Yeah.
screen, and you don't see who actually did it.
How cool did the boar look?
Maybe
Oh
it
my
was
God.
later.
I love
So
it.
cool.
I did not know that I needed Charlie Brown's teacher as Cybertron as badly as I needed the Dark One.
I like that they
I-
paid Michael Bay to give us one of his bois.
Yeah.
Totally lost my shit in that moment because that was one of the few things I expected was like, yeah, seeing oh gosh, what's blah blah blah
Going.
falling
Oh,
down.
the school? Yeah.
Yeah,
Shambhala.
the orb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like crashing, like, and that's what's described in the books as like it explodes and crashes, but then all like reality just starting to fracture and seeing into.
That was the Dark One's eye. And did you see the translation of what it said?
The dark
Oh, I
one's
didn't have.
You didn't see the. It was like it was. If I remember correctly, let's get ready to rumble, or something to that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
See, this is. I didn't have subtitles up, so.
Oh, listen, whoever that guy is, I'm sorry I used
missed,
your.
I missed it
catchphrase.
out. I missed out.
You're gonna get a cease and desist, Josh.
No, it's more like let's get ready to rumble.
Hey, look.
Oh, now you just made it worse.
Now they'll get hit.
I will have made it if I get a cease and desist. If Reese and I open up BTP mail tomorrow and we get a cease and desist, shit, yeah.
I can sing Beatles or Prince if you want.
Yeah, sure. Just throw the Beatles out there.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah, but
Yesterday.
Okay.
So far away.
I will say, I did skip
Just under
Wine
6
on
seconds,
purpose.
perfectly.
just to be fun.
what was
But,
that? You did
I
what?
did skip Wine on purpose, but he did get 16 points from Latra.
Oh, I got skipped.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Nice.
16 points was where I was
Wait,
going.
all right.
I
So
was
let me think.
waiting for you to add up Latra, dude. She scored
Latra.
so many points.
What did
That
she do?
was smart for this week.
she did
Yeah,
the thing with the
Latra was a
tree.
smart choice.
She did the thing with the tree, right? And then she did the thing with the columns.
She used the magic. Then she used her magic again to while using the Sangreal, which is another 2 points. And then I would argue that creating a Terangreal is a lost talent.
What Terangreal did she create?
No, I would disagree with that.
Wait,
Smack,
I'm lost. What?
because she's from the Age of Legends and she knows how to do it.
Yeah,
so
she didn't discover.
But we're
didn't-
watching the show
Oh,
from
the
our
columns.
No,
perspective.
but
So
she
it's a lost
created
art to
new
us.
magic.
We're watching it for the first time, but she's not discovering it. So that's what I would argue. But it's up to you.
She created PR.
She created the columns.
Wait,
Yes.
so I missed.
Creating the
I
columns.
She
missed
created with columns of knowledge that she had from when she was the
Yeah.
head Aes Sedai.
I follow you
Because
because
it
it makes sense.
If so,
It's
all
not-
of the Forsaken traveled in episode 2 or 3, whatever that was. Did they get points?
Yeah, but none of us had the Forsaken except for Lanfear. Nobody had Robin. Nobody had what's his face.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
Nobody-
so did
yeah.
Lanfear get points? I missed. WolfBrother was here last night.
I believe Lanfear did get points for teleporting out.
Yes,
but not
Not
for
for-
a lost talent.
just as
I don't
a
think she
normal magic.
So
created-
what lost talent are you talking about, Ruth Mistress?
So
not
current
creating
in
new talent.
the current age, traveling is a lost talent. So the question is, do the Forsaken traveling?
It's counts
that
as using magic.
It's using magic, but it's not discovery because
No.
they knew it from their age.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
which again goes against this is what I was saying. It's not like, and I don't want to belabor the point, but Latra creating Terangreal is
That's not discovering a lost talent. That's using magic to create a Terangreal.
Yes, that's what
So I would say it's just using magic.
Yes, I agree.
I would say
Fair.
that create something new.
Anyways,
Something new.
Yeah, but
Something
anytime
that
you
hasn't
channel,
been
you're doing something new.
Okay,
It's
I
not like
see.
creating a
No, I see what
Sangreal
you're saying.
or an Angreal
She is
that it's
actually
just
creating a
what
new
you do
object.
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
so it's the specific language says discover, not create.
She discovered what she could do with that Angreal. Yeah.
Also, I would, I have to chime in here. If we're counting that creation of that as an object for 10 points, then that means discovering a lost object would be the same 10 points.
I know on that. It will be looked at. It will be notated. And I do feel like it is a solid argument. So, in the wording of the rules, that is a whole lot of a solid argument. So.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, North Harbor should have been really happy.
I will say
found
with
a hooded
respect-
pearl in the Torquay.
We've known where it was. What are you talking about?
I will say this with respect to Latra, because this was another thing that I loved about this episode that made me very, very happy. We got to see channeling from someone in the Age of Legends, and we got to see how clean and
It's so
precise
clean.
it
It's so
Right?
clean.
And then it's like people that are channeling in the Third Age during the Age of the Show, Moraine and all the other Aes
It's just
Sedai.
going all over the place.
Chaos. It's like wow.
I told you, it's like looking at Vader's saber versus Kylo Ren's saber.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
It's freaking insane.
It's good. Yeah, I really, really love it. They've done such an amazing job with this episode. Please, more. Yes, please, more.
Right. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty excited for episode
Rebecca.
5.
So awesome. Well, Kamish, do you have anything else to cover? Is there anything else to go over?
I mean, I can go over everybody, but it's not that exciting.
That's what she said.
Who was the uncasted person who scored the most points? Who's someone who's not on anybody's team who scored the most points?
Janduin.
Yeah.
Janduin with 15 points.
Now, question though, would we have been able to pick Janduin?
Absolutely.
Well, how? I mean, is it? I guess because it's by character, not by actor.
By character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
gave you
Yoshi playing
Hopper.
2 different characters.
Yeah.
I gave
Which,
you
by the
Hopper.
way, he killed.
Yeah, he was crushing it.
Yes.
Did anybody
Really
notice?
gets to show his range in all these weird side worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys catch during the Hobbit scene?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Where Matt and Perrin's voices were coming in and out of the voices of the other two. Like you could hear Perrin at some points, but then it would go back to that guy's normal voice, and then you would hear Matt.
I didn't catch that.
It was kind of weird. It threw me for a loop. I had to look at it like 2 or 3 times, but there are spots when it's definitely their voices mixed in, which is weird. But it was cool at the same time. It was pretty neat.
I thought it was weird when they took out that big dragon firework out of Gandalf's wagon instead of that.
I know.
I was like, that's not in the books.
That
and I was
dragon
like, we
wasn't-
just saw the big fire dragon in the last season. Why
Yeah,
are they
and he
doing
didn't
that
mask
twice?
himself.
I mean, but it's like the origin material for the story, so obviously you have to include it.
Listen,
Yeah.
when I saw that scene, I literally thought of the hobbits running into each other in old whatever farmer's field with the giant carrots.
I think
and he was
everybody
just
thought
hugging.
that, yes.
Yeah, he was hugging that tree, and they were just high as shit. It was pretty amazing.
You're smoking
It
too
was.
much, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
It's not.
Anyway, awesome episode. Loved it.
Yep.
So good.
Fantastic.
So fucking good.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
I've got things written down here. We'll go over this. Moraine taking of the Sangral is at a discovery. Brandon Avienda flirting.
She didn't take it. She discovered it and used her power to open the tree to find it.
This is what's up for debate. Okay, Bear, is that a fight? And did Latra actually use a lost magic? Was there anything else that I need to go over?
If we're gonna give points, and I hate saying this for another team, but if we're gonna give points, we need to award Moraine points because every one of her freaking outfits has pockets. Every one of her outfits has fucking pockets.
She's like, it looks
That's
like this
definitely a
skirt
talent with
is-
a capital
is hip-
T,
hip
right?
hugging, but really,
That's
Yeah.
a capital T talent.
Like
Yes.
she was like, "Oh, look at this sangral pocket."
Pocket.
I like how
Thank
she,
you.
like, being somebody that's gone through the arches of the White Tower. Don't you think it's a little funny that she puts that in her pocket and then she's like, "I'll walk into this ring.
Yeah, that was
Everything's gonna be fine.
Right? Yes.
totally
We
thought
both
that.
said it.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine."
like in the million years that it's been here, somebody's gonna steal it while I'm in the rings.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's not
How
just
does
a
she
tiny
feel the
little
ground
dream,
tremble?
Umbriel.
How does she feel the
It's-
ground tremble and say, "Let me channel at Avendesora,"
yeah.
right? Not like the true explorer.
Maybe,
She just moved it apart a little bit. Why?
maybe it was
wasn't a big
connecting
deal.
with her. Maybe it was telling her something. She
Yeah.
could see the weave. She said.
Yeah. With the fog, she was like, it's like I can almost see the weaves, but then
Yeah, it's
it
almost
just
like she discovered something in that moment.
weird.
Also, notice that during the age of legends, three colors were missing from the Ajas.
Yeah.
Because Latra was wearing yellow, white, blue.
Those are
and
the colors
gray.
of the powers, not the Aja.
No, I know that, but one of them was
Eat,
black
pray, love that.
and white. There was
She
other
looked
4
like
colors,
a-
and during the Age of Legends, they didn't need a green Aja. They didn't. I know they didn't have Aja at the time.
And
They
it
didn't need a
wasn't
green. They
Aja.
didn't have a red. I know it
Remember,
wasn't.
It was the powers. It wasn't
I
the Ajas.
know.
There's 5 of them.
All right, I'm done talking to you.
Oh, just
Ladies and
because
gentlemen,
you
welcome
lose
to
every
WoT
argument
Fantasy
because
League.
I haven't lost a single argument.
A lot. I
Within
out
fandom-
logic you all day. I love you.
I haven't
baby.
listened.
love you,
Listen,
baby.
season
Listen,
now.
Top Bun. I haven't lost a single
Hey,
argument.
look, I've got my faux hawk going, so like, fuck you.
I love you so much.
All right.
Can we full screen my faux hawk because it's fucking amazing?
Yes.
I would like that.
Get that up there.
That's it.
Everybody look at it. Look at it. It's gorgeous.
It's like
gorgeous.
the 3 seashells all over again.
You're gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Wait.
what to do
Don't
with
let
those.
me. I don't have a faux hawk. Don't
Hold
do
on.
this.
Hold on.
Reese is like, get off me.
Awesome. Hey, well, I guess we're having a great time with this. If you guys watching at home have issues with how points are being given or think you have ideas about where points should be given, make sure to leave a comment here on wherever you're watching, on whichever platform you're watching, or it's more likely we're going to see it if you go to our Discord, which go to blacktowerpod.com and then you can go to our Discord and jump in and join the debate on where these points should go. Do you have your own team? Did you make your own team at the beginning of the season? How many points do you have? Jump in and share it with us. Commissioner Smack is all about mediating point. The commissioner giveth the points, and the commissioner taketh the points away. Okay? It's a lot of fun. Even breaking friendships, it's still hilarious. I love it so much. And, light willing, we'll be doing this for season 4 as well. Be sure to continue tuning in every Sunday right after the episode airs, and don't miss the live stream at JordanCon, where we will be announcing Black Tower Podcast as the winner for season 3.
Pretty sure that's what's
Or
going to happen,
Full
right?
Talk, because fucking IEL.
And I'll be going so I can bring the belt for me to just bring back home with me.
You can do that.
You don't have to move the belt around, just ship it to me.
You're bringing the belt to the winner, which is 3 Full Talk.
Silvertooth, I
Maybe.
legitimately hope you wear the belt all weekend. That's like your cosplay.
I mean,
that's everything.
you should wear it as long as you can, because you will be giving it to somebody else, I think.
Listen, just don't let
Silvertooth is a
wear it.
giver. Silvertooth is a giver, and I do
A
appreciate
delusion
that.
in here right now. I love it.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for watching, for joining us, for having a great time along with us. We really appreciate it. Super big shout out once again to Commissioner Smack for putting this together. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And thank you to cousin cousin Thing over here for hanging out with us. We are having a great time. We hope you're having a great time. And wherever you are, we hope you leave here just a little bit more insane than you were when you first got here. From all of us here at Black Tower Podcast, I have been your Sorvan Mahale Josh.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Reese, your Athon Mahale.
And we hope you're having the best damn day of your life. And I mean that.